Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about Mama's Day 2. So this video, it will probably be less detailed than my Mama's Day 1 video just because of timing. And I want to talk about a lot of things in a short amount of time. Anyway, so if you see me looking to the side, it's because I have my notes. So let's get started. Day 2 of Mama's was hosted by the actress Kim Hee-seo, and I thought she did a wonderful job, and I really like that in her opening segment she also included Felix. I thought they did a really good job in further expanding the meaning of the theme of Mama's this year. The first performance of the night was an exclusive stage called Hear My Roar, again going with the theme, just like how yesterday the opening performance also went with the theme. Loved it. Anyway, so it was a collab stage with Kyoka and Hanbin from ZEROBASEONE. So it was a dance battle, and this was a good collab. If you guys saw my Mama's Day 1 video, I kept saying how much I wanted to see collabs. Not a tag team, but collaborations, right? Seeing artists perform together. But anyway, so with Kyoka and Hanbin, so she had her dancers and he had his, and then in the end they come together. So I really enjoyed this collaboration. Right after, the next performance was from ALLDAY Project, and it started with Tarzan doing his solo dance, and then at one moment the camera fell, which I wasn't sure if it was actually part of the routine, but I learned later on that it wasn't. But anyway, because later on in the performance they kind of like break the screen or something. Anyway, so they performed their song Famous, and one of my favorite moments of that performance is when Bailey has her dance break. And I thought the performance was well done, but I also thought that they were going to perform Wicked, considering the choreography for Wicked was nominated for one of the best choreographies. But they only performed one song. Speaking of dance, moving on to the first award of the night, it was Best Dance Performance Male Solo. So there was a lot of top contenders. Every single year, the nominees, it's really hard to choose one. However, I wanted Kai to win this award for the choreography Wait on Me. That choreography was done so well. His performance was exquisite. Everything about that dance performance of his for Wait on Me is spectacular. One of my favorite choreographies of the year. However, the award went to G-Dragon for Too Bad, and seeing G-Dragon receive an award at Mama's, it felt so surreal because I know that he was in Mama's last year along with Daesung and Taeyang, but to see him receive an award was so sweet. And either way, the song Too Bad is really fun, and the choreography that he does in that song is very fun and it's bright. All right, moving on. The next performance was a collab stage with the groups KickFLIP and IDID. So the whole concept of their performance was basically they're students in school and they're trying to impress this girl. So in a way, both groups are kind of battling it out. I use the term battle very loosely. So they started with the dance battle. First it was KickFLIP, and then IDID, and then afterwards IDID performed their song Pushback Mama version. I thought their choreography was really well done, and something that actually stood out to me, the matching shoes, the blue shoes with the matching blue belt. It is such a very small detail, but I loved that coordination in their performance, in their outfits. And then afterwards, KickFLIP, they performed their song, My First Love Song Mama version. So their performance was very sweet, and again, with great choreography. Both groups, they had a member do a backflip, so I liked that element in both performances. So then the girl returns on stage and she has to choose which boy group she prefers, but in the end she just walks off stage. But then the boys come together and they perform BTS's Boy in Love, which it went perfect with the whole schoolboy concept, and seeing them perform such an iconic and nostalgic song was so fun to see, and I thought they did a really great job. I love how both groups, they really performed together. I think they did a fantastic job. And as I was watching this, I was so happy because this is a collab stage. It's not just a dance break. So I really enjoyed that. And I want to see more collab stages. I really love collaborations. The next award went to Favorite Rising Artist, and it went to IZNA. And then the next performance of the night was from CORTIS. So they performed their song Go and Fashion. The audience went wild. While I'm watching the live stream, hearing the audience go crazy for Go, I mean, you could really hear just how popular this group is. And I mean, their song Go, at this point, it's iconic because I see it all over my feed. People always play that song. They always do the choreography to it. It's becoming iconic. Anyway, so something that I thought was really interesting with their performance was the fact that it was only the 5 members on stage. The entire performance. They didn't have any dancers. They didn't have additional props or sets or anything really fancy. It was just them 5, but the 5 of them took up the entire stage. The energy that these guys had, they were jumping and running all over this stage. I'm like, these guys are like human versions of an energy drink. And then they performed their song Fashion, and I will be 100% honest with you, Fashion reminds me of Pass the Mic by ENHYPEN. That is one of my favorite songs. And I was thinking the entire time while they were performing Fashion, if they could do a collab stage with ENHYPEN. Can that happen, please? I would love to see a collab stage with CORTIS and ENHYPEN. I mean, both groups are very different. They have different concepts. They have different music and sounds. I get that. But I think they would have a really solid collab stage, especially if they perform Pass the Mic and Fashion. I'm just saying, Hybe, can you make that happen, please and thank you. Anyway, overall, their performance was really interesting and very energetic. And I can only imagine if and when CORTIS goes on tour, how wild their concerts will be. But anyway, like I said in my last video, I look forward to seeing their growth as artists and in their performances. And yeah. So the next award was Best Choreography, and it was given to aespa for their song Whiplash. Next up was the special stage for Kpop Demon Hunters. And something so special about this performance was that it started off with the actor An Hyo-sup, who voices the character Jinwoo. And he comes up on stage and he has his own segment talking about music and things like that. And I thought that was so sweet. It gave me chills. And it was the perfect intro to Baby Monster's performance. The 3 members that performed Golden was Ahyeon, Rora, and Pharita. I thought this was a good stage with the intro from An Hyo-sup and then them performing Golden. I thought it was very sweet. Next up is the Japanese group JO1, and it is such a treat every time they perform at Mama's. So the theme for this performance was basically classical music, and they really emphasized that. The classical music elements really enhanced the overall song and performance, and it felt so grand. They performed their songs Be Classic and Hands in My Pocket. Hands in My Pocket is a very energetic song, and towards the end of the song, like the last chorus bit, it reminded me of the last chorus of Big Bang's Bang Bang Bang. So that was really fun, especially for an award show. It was a party vibe, the energy was there, and I really loved it. The next award given out was for Super Stage Artist, and it was given to TXT Tomorrow by Together. I was really happy for this because TXT, they have given a lot of solid performances throughout this year, especially with their recent comeback for Beautiful Strangers. So I was really happy that they got an award. The next performance was from the group IZNA. So they performed their song Mamma Mia Mama Version. Try saying that 5 times. It was such a fun and powerful stage. The song was so good. And while I'm watching their performance, I couldn't believe that they debuted a year ago. They were performing like veterans, like seniors. These girls, their stage presence was impeccable. I mean, every single member, 10 out of 10. I mean, again, I could not believe that they debuted a year ago, last year. That's crazy. All right, so the next award was for Best Male Artist, and the winner was none other than G-Dragon. So the next award was Best Dance Performance Female Group, and it went to aespa for Whiplash again. The next performance was from RIIZE, and the intro was so good, how they had the various words and phrases on the screen. I loved their intro so much. And I love how they had a lot of dancers on stage. So the song that they performed was Bag Bad Back Mama Version. They did a great job. The choreography, the performance, and the dance break. You all know I love a good dance break. And then they performed their latest song called Fame. I also thought they did a really good job with this song. Now, my thing with RIIZE, I love their B-sides. I feel like their B-sides are so underappreciated, and this is my issue with award shows, is that the performances are too short, right? Like the majority of the artists that perform, they perform 2, 3 songs, 4 songs max, and it's like, that's not enough time. I wish RIIZE would have performed their song Odyssey. I think that's one of their best songs. I mean, they have a lot of really good songs. Or Sticky from their recent album. I just want people to check out their B-sides because it's so good. All right, so the next award was for K-Beauty Artist, and I believe this is the first year that they do this, right? Because I don't remember in Mama's past them having this award, or if they did, I don't remember. Anyway, so this award, K-Beauty Artist, it goes to a group that has fashion influence and beauty, that basically they are very influential in the beauty and fashion world. And in my mind, I was like, okay, no competition. It's gonna go to G-Dragon. When you think about fashion, or in that sense, like influential fashion, I think of people that they take a lot of risks with their fashion and looks, and I think G-Dragon is one of them. However, the award went to Hearts to Hearts. So I was kind of shocked by that, but I think it's because I don't fully understand the K-Beauty Artist Award, what it really is. Even though they explained it in the beginning, so I probably missed exactly what they said in terms of this award. But anyway, congratulations to Hearts to Hearts. I think they have had a very solid year, especially considering that they're rookies. So huge congrats. All right, so the next award was for Music Visionary of the Year, and it went to Kpop Demon Hunters. The next performance was from ZEROBASEONE, and their whole performance was like a movie, especially the intro video introducing each of the members. It felt like a film noir type of movie. It was so well done, and also the whole concept of their entire performance. So they performed their song Doctor Doctor, and it's as if all the members are part of like a spy team, or kind of like criminals or detectives, something like that. But anyway, I thought they did a really good job, and they had a lot of set pieces on stage. Again, it felt very musical, theatrical, and I love that. One of my favorite moments was the dance break with the hats and the dancers. I thought that was fantastic. So when they performed Iconic, it is such a fun and energetic song, and I thought they did a wonderful job. The energy was high. It was such a treat to watch. All right, so the next award was Favorite Asian Artist, and it went to JO1. And then for the next award, which was Breakthrough Artist, it was given to ALLDAY Project. The next performance of the night was from none other than TXT, Tomorrow by Together. So they started the performance with a dance break, and then they performed their song Upside Down Kiss. I have to say, the thing with TXT's performance was the thing that stood out to me, which, I mean, I know this, but maybe people that are not really familiar with TXT might not know this, but their vocals are so good. Every single member, from Kai, Taehyun, Bumgyu, Subin, and Yeonjun, all of their vocals, spectacular. So when they started performing Beautiful Stranger, one of my favorite moments was when they were dancing along with the piano, how their body moved with every single key. I love Beautiful Strangers. I know I haven't talked about TXT's recent comeback, but I have really enjoyed it. And Beautiful Stranger is, no pun intended, a beautiful song. And I just want to say thank you, Yeonjun, for this amazing choreography, because Yeonjun was heavily involved in creating the choreography for Beautiful Stranger. If you guys haven't seen that behind the scenes video on their channel, you should check it out. Yeonjun really puts his all into this choreo. Anyway, but all the members were amazing. And then when it ended, I was just staring at my screen like, that's it? I wanted to see a much longer performance from TXT. But again, that's a reoccurring problem throughout award shows. I want these performances to be 10, 15 minutes long, but unfortunately, award shows cannot be 10 hours long. So the next performance of the night was from aespa, and it started with Winter descending with an electric guitar, looking like an absolute rock star. And I really loved each member's intro. They all came on stage in different ways, and I thought it was really cool. So the first song that they performed was Dirty Work remix version. Yeah. And I mean, the choreography for Dirty Work is very iconic. I mean, again, aespa's choreographies. There's a lot of memorable moments in their choreo. So then afterwards they performed Rich Man, and I thought all the members did a great job. The next award was Worldwide Kconners Choice, and it went to ZEROBASEONE. And then afterwards, Best OST, they had the actors An Hyo-sup and the actress Arden Cho to present this award. And obviously we all know who's gonna win the Best OST, and it's Huntrix Golden from Kpop Demon Hunters. But I really like how they had An Hyo-sup and Arden Cho presenting. Okay, so one of the performances that I was looking forward to the most was none other than Stray Kids. You all. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to begin with this performance. I mean, first of all, they had like a mini mashup of their songs. Chick Chick Boom, God's Menu. It was just a mix of everything. And oh my gosh, I got literal chills. I was like, if this is the intro, like the first couple of seconds, how am I going to handle the rest of the performance? So they started off with Creed and they came on stage. Oh my gosh, every single member was so determined. I mean, call it stage presence, call it charisma, but each of them had a sort of passion in their performance that I don't even know how to describe it. And yes, I do have to say all of them looked amazing. Props to their stylist. Okay, and Bangchan with that purple hair. So good. So then they performed Chick Chick Boom, and I love that song so much. And it was like Chick Chick Boom, but like remix rock version. In my notes, I just say yes in all caps, Hyunjin with a bunch of explanation points. And I also wrote, they came to dominate. Yes. Pun intended, because they have an album. Dominate. Anyway, so good. I love Chick Chick Boom so much. I really wish I could have been in that arena. Anyway, Hyunjin had a solo dance performance. It was so beautiful. It was elegant and it was powerful. So afterwards they performed Divine. And if you guys know, with Divine, it starts with Sungmin's powerhouse vocals. Chills. Again, I got chills. I love how Sungmin starts the song. It's perfect. Anyway, and then it goes into Felix's rap, and that performance was amazing. The choreography, how they used the dancers in this performance, especially for Divine, chef's kiss. I mean, in the music video, we do see the dancers and they do play a very important role. I love how Stray Kids incorporates dancers to make the story and the message and the overall image of the performance a lot stronger. So then afterwards, they cut to a sort of news segment with the actor Lee Jung-jae, and I was thinking, wait, that cannot be the end of Stray Kids' performance. What do you mean they're done? They got me. Not gonna lie, they got me. Because then throughout that news segment, they showed all of Stray Kids' accomplishments throughout the years. That was such a wonderful montage. I got chills watching that. And I mean, I'm so proud of Stray Kids. So I was watching the live stream on Mnet's YouTube channel. And at that point, this was the most live views that I saw throughout the night. I could be wrong. But from what I checked, about 140,000 people were watching this live at the same time. That is insane. And it was for Stray Kids, because prior to Stray Kids, I didn't see that high of a number. And then after Stray Kids, I didn't see that high of a number either. But oh my gosh, Stray Kids. I mean, they put on a show and everyone should check out their performance. But anyway, they performed Ceremony hip hop version. You all, Ceremony is my song. It is one of my favorite songs. That song means so much to me. And obviously it means a lot to Stray Kids and Stays. And they were performing Ceremony. I don't even know how to describe it. Powerful, epic, chills, just everything that I wanted and more in a performance. When they incorporated the lasers, what a treat to the I wish I could have been in that arena. I wish I could have been there to witness that performance. The fact that they're at Mama's performing that song, it really proves the lyrics. You know, oh my gosh, I could talk about it all day, and I want to start to get emotional about it. But I felt so proud of them. Oh, gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Anyway, so the best female group went to aespa, and I believe this is the second year in a row that they win this award. So huge congratulations to aespa. So the next performance of the night was from G-Dragon, and I thought how it started was really interesting. So you see this huge statue, which I believe it's the same statue that's in his album cover. And then you hear a female vocals, and then you see a sort of silhouette with a long dress. And then as the song progresses, and then G-Dragon comes on stage, and then he sort of goes up on this like platform with this female figure, but then you find out that that's actually a mic stand. And then when the platform goes up and then you see the dress like has the train and it flows, that was so cool. Very interesting. So he performed his song Drama. Afterwards, the camera zooms in on this man in another platform. And at first, the first thing that came to my mind was, oh my gosh, it's Top. It's Top. There's no way. I gasped. But then obviously the camera zoomed in and it was not Top. So at first I was like, oh my gosh, Big Bang collab stage. But I mean, he did that last year. But anyway, so it was the acapella beatboxer Wing, Bia Tapella House. That's how they introduced him. Anyway, so he was basically like beatboxing, and then he started performing Crayon, which I thought that was so interesting. And then it leads into the song Heartbreaker, and G-Dragon performs that song, and then Wing joined G-Dragon in that performance. And I thought that collab was very unique and really cool. And then he performed his song Untitled. Now, I was very surprised that he didn't perform Power or Too Bad. I mean, to be fair, I believe he performed Power in last year's Mamas. So like, I understand, but at least I thought he would have performed Too Bad. And I kind of wanted him to have a collab stage in Too Bad with Karina from aespa, because Karina was part of the music video and he did a little dance duet with her. So I thought that would have been a nice performance to have. Or at least, like, this is me because I'm a fan of so many groups and artists. I think this could have been a perfect opportunity to have like the collab of all collabs and just invite all of the groups and artists that performed in Mamas to join him in performing Too Bad. I think that would have been so fun. At least like the last chorus, like you do something to me, you know, like I thought that would have been fun. But anyway, but definitely G-Dragon wanted to have a more sentimental and nostalgic performance. So the next award, a daesang, for Album of the Year. And it went to none other than Stray Kids for their album Karma. You could tell when they announced the winner, the members were sitting there, they were definitely in shock. And then when they went on stage, I noticed Lino was injured, and that broke my heart. And then came the speeches. At that moment, I felt so proud and happy for them because Karma is such a great album. I mean, the lyrics in that album, the songs, like, and I mean, that album is very special to me, especially, you know, the songs and lyrics. Oh gosh, wow, I've never cried over a Mama's award. Ever. I've never actually cried for any award. Seeing IN and Felix cry so much, and then Han, and then Sungmin was crying, and then Changbin, and then Hyunjin, and I don't know about Lino. I think Lino was also, I think this award means so much for them. Dang, I never ever in a million years would assume that I would be so emotional over an album. But I think because the song Ceremony was a song that has helped me through a very sad time in my life. I mentioned this in their duet comeback music video. that like this entire comeback just feels like a gift, because to me Karma and Ceremony, like that comeback was just so good. The fact that they released Do It so quickly after, it's just, it feels like a gift. But anyway, just to wrap it up, because I could continue talking about how much I needed the song Ceremony, and also the song Ceremony, like having Stray Kids receive an award for Karma, it perfectly just enhances the lyrics in their songs Ceremony and Phoenix and Halftime and Do It. I mean, and just all their songs. And it just feels like their songs are coming to life. And I mean, I know awards aren't everything. I understand that. But it is so special to be recognized for your hard work. And I'm just so proud of Stray Kids. And anyway, so something that Bangchan said in his speech, which, I mean, I loved all of their speeches. All of their speeches were absolutely incredible. But something that I really loved, towards the end, Bangchan, he thanked his seniors. And I thought that was so special and so sweet that he acknowledged them, because it's true, without their seniors, K-pop wouldn't be what it is today, and just how the current generation, they are building up on that legacy, so the future generations could continue building up on to reach so many people. And yeah, but anyway, their entire speech was amazing. Their performance was amazing. Seeing them get this award, it made me so happy. So the next award was Artist of the Year, and it was given to G-Dragon. And he teased that next year is Big Bang's 20th anniversary, and he hopes to be reunited with his friends again. That hopefully Big Bang, they'll do something. So we know that they're performing in Coachella, so I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully G-Dragon will come together with Taeyang and Daesung to, I don't know, release a song or something. I look forward to that. And by the way, G-Dragon, the fact that he won a MAMA in 2008 with Big Bang, he's won several MAMA awards, I think 3 times with Big Bang and another previous time as a soloist. That is a crazy record. So huge congratulations to him. So after the award show, they kind of had like a slideshow of all the winners from the remaining categories. And again, I believe they did this obviously because the winners could not attend Mamas. Because if they were at Mamas, they would have given them the awards right then and there, obviously. So anyway, best male group went to 17. I am so proud of 17. Just like Stray Kids, 17 is another group that I've really gravitated towards their music. I'm just really happy for them. Best female artist went to Rose. Best dance performance female solo went to Like Jenny. And I am so happy for this because I really love the choreography for Like Jenny. Best dance performance male group, of course, it went to 17. Okay, Synchronization Kings. Their choreographies are always spectacular. I saw them live in concert and I can confirm their choreographies are insane. The next award was for Best Vocal Performance Solo, and it went to Rose for her song Toxic Till the End. Best Vocal Performance Group, it went to Davichi. And then Best Band Performance went to Day 6. Best Rap and Hip Hop Performance went to Big Naughty. Best music video, it went to Jennie's Zen. That is one of my top favorite music videos of the year. I am so happy it got an award. 110% deserved. Yes, Zen totally deserved that award. I wish they could give out Oscars for music videos because I think Zen from Jennie deserves it. And the last category was for Best Collaboration, and to no surprise, it went to Rose and Bruno Mars for Apata. Very well deserved. So that is it for Mama's Day 2. Let me know, what did you guys think about Mamas this year? Please try to be respectful and try to be on the positive side. I know there's a lot of groups that were not nominated, a lot of groups that didn't win, and I understand how frustrating and heartbreaking that can be. There's a lot of groups and artists that I love that they weren't even nominated. Actually, there's a lot of groups and artists that I'm a huge fan of and they've never even been acknowledged by Mamas, you know, and I understand that that's heartbreaking and very frustrating. But I do like to celebrate groups and artists, and I mean, I'm a huge fan of just music in general. So seeing someone win, you know, it makes me happy, and I like to celebrate when people are celebrating, and I like to look at the positives and the good side of things. So with that being said, let me know, what were your favorite moments of Mamas? And if you could have either an artist or group collaborate, what would be your dream team? There's too many for me that I would like to see a collab. But I would like to see like at least 3 or 4 groups collab. I think that would be really fun. If you guys want to see some of my recap videos from mamas in the past, I've been covering and making videos talking about mamas since I believe 2019. So you guys could check that out. I will link that playlist for you all. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye!